Well, you know how much I love helping people with their golf swing. Keep those golf swings coming, and particularly we're in the V1 Golf app to help you improve your game. If you want me to look at your golf swing, you got to download that V1 Golf app. Select Michael Breed Golf as your coach. Get those swings in. We'll get them into the hub here and take a look at your motion. So make sure you sign up and get involved in the V1 Golf app. This one here is Tom. Now, this is a very, very strong grip. And what I mean by strong is you can see this. I'll close up on this here. You can see how much of the back of his left hand that you can see and how far that right hand is tilted to the right. That's going to create a very strong club face. Not a bad thing. It just creates a strong club face. And so this will also have an effect on what happens with posture. His left shoulder is going to be quite a bit higher. So you got to pay attention to grips. Not that Tom has an issue with this. It's just something that you got to pay attention to. When you're looking at your swing, what does your grip look like? What does your posture look like? Pre-swing, very important. So now, as Tom starts to take this back, it's really interesting how he's just grabbing the club right there before he goes. Part of his routine and ritual. Very, very solid turn. Late wrist set, which I like. Remember I told you that this club face was going to get a little bit closed at the top. That club face in that position, just so you know, that club face looks like this. At the top of his swing, you can't see any of the blade. So this would be what we would call a shut position at the top. That could promote a left golf, a pull or a left shot. Could. Doesn't necessarily, but could. All right, so now as he starts to come down, very good upper body rotation right here, which is excellent. I love the motion out of this as he starts to carry the club. The body is rotating nicely. He's dragging the club head. Beautiful motion here. And now he gets into the strike. So here's the strike. Club is a little off the ground. That's why you're going to see that divot start to take place right there, even though the golf ball was right back there. So a late strike into the ground, a late release. Works underneath, tries to hold off that club face into what's sort of a vertical release, and then he lets the club close late in the swing. So let's go back to the address position. Watch what happens when he takes the club back. So he has that late grip or regrip right there. You can see the fingers regrip right there. Now he goes up, but watch what happens as he starts to set the golf club. Look at his hands in this position, because what you're going to see is that hand, his right hand, is literally off the grip right there. And that means that he's going to have to recover that position at the strike. And when he recovers that, what does he do with the toss of the club? He doesn't really hang on to this as well as he could. So I'm going to zoom out of this now, get this back to where it was. And now he starts to get the club up to the top. Now the hand is starting to reconnect with the grip and his other hand, so right there, and now he's starting to chuck it. So he chucks it, and when we get to where we call first touch, which is right there, that's first touch. The shaft of the golf club is now below, parallel to the ground. This would be where I would want to see it, or above. So he's done that, and the club face is now shut. And what I want to see happen here with this swing, Tom, is this. You got to stay connected to this grip. And the reason why you don't is because of this. So let's go down the line. So I'm going to assume really strong hands in the grip. When the club goes back, he's taking the club back inside from here. And then when he starts to come up, the right elbow is in a position where it can't fold properly, so it's going to move back, and that's going to take the hand. Go ahead, face on now, Gibbsy. That's going to take the hand, and it's going to peel it off of its connection. And then the way he puts it back on is he's going to reroute over the top, put it back like this, and then start chucking it as he recovers that grip. What I want you to do is this. You can keep your grip. You don't have to change it. But what I want you to do is down the line, yeah, great. I want you to feel the club going outside and turning over. So your right forearm is going to have some rotation. And when you get that, now your hands are going to be on this club. the elbow will fold the club up into a proper position. Club face will get a little bit squarer, won't be so shut, but more than anything else, your hands will stay connected to the grip and connected to one another. So what I want you to feel with this very strong grip is a rotation out of the trail forearm, your right forearm. So you're going to go like this. Now, one of my least favorite drills is what I would call toe up to toe up. Toe up is you take the club back and the toe at parallel to the ground is above the heel of the club. But in this particular situation, with what you're doing, Tom, you need to get this club face to open up. So you got to do this drill. So you take your strong grip, let this forearm, trail forearm, right forearm, rotate with that club in the right position. Now your hand will stay connected to the club. So rotate, and then you can rotate through, and you're not going to hit these violent hooks anymore. But more importantly, your hand will stay on the grip. And when your hand stays on the grip, now you're going to get consistency in the delivery of the club face, okay? So work on that. I'm telling you, you got a great golf motion, but you just need to just kind of clean this up a little bit. And obviously you know that, or you wouldn't have sent it in to me. So I appreciate that. Now, let's go over to another individual who sent their swing in to us. This is Brady. So let's get over to Brady here. And Brady, what I would say is this looks in the address position like you're leaning a little bit forward. Now, it could be like when I look at this fence is a little bit downhill, 4 degrees downhill. So that tells me that it feels like it's a little bit downhill that you got here. I don't know exactly what's going on, but it does look to me like your shoulders are fairly level and your spine is tilted a little bit forward, okay? Having said all that, this is what's going on with this swing. Beautiful kind of start with the swing. I love that forward press out of the hands. Club starts to work back. Excellent turn here. Really, really full turn. Club gets up to the top. But now what I see is I see the head turned on an angle. So when you're taking the club back, what you're doing is you're turning this way and your head's going like this. And I want to see heads turn this way, possibly even like this, but I really don't like seeing the head do that kind of motion there where it's tilting down, where you're bringing your left ear to your left shoulder. And what happens when you do that is you tend to let the upper body now work away from the target as you start to go down into the strike. And then you might stand up. And so we're going to see a little back and away and a stand up and a toss. And this is what impact is going to look like. So that's impact right there. There's the shaft of the golf club at impact. Now, this is what it looks like at address. So there's address, and there's impact. Address, impact. So what we see is address is here. There's your head right there. And at impact, you're away from that and up. And then also, too, look at your legs. So the legs, there's no real movement to the target, in large part because of how, believe it or not, how you've tilted your head there. Okay, so what I want you to do is this, and this is a drill, believe it or not, that Webb Simpson does a lot of. And particularly years ago, he would do this. He closes his left eye. Okay, so when you set up to hit a ball and you close your left eye and then you tilt your head like this, you cannot see the golf ball. So what I want you to do is I want you to step up with your eye closed and then make your swing. You'll lose. I'm telling you, you're going to stop seeing the ball. You do this long enough with your eye like this, and all of a sudden you keep your head like that, and you'll come back down and you'll strike the ball solidly. But what will happen is when you do that, you'll teach yourself to do this instead of doing this. Okay, so that's the first thing you got to do. And I wouldn't get an eye patch. Just close your eye, okay? And by the way, you got plenty of golf balls here, so you're in good shape. You don't need to worry about that at all, Brady. Then the second thing that I want you to do is this. You got to start to carry this golf club a little bit better. So once you get your head in the right position, now you got to feel like your body is rotating through, rotating your sternum, rotating your lower body, rotating your belt buckle. Get to feeling like when you're coming into the strike, you're like this. And you should feel your trail heel get off the ground. You should feel weight distribution going forward. So you get in here like this. And a simple drill for you to do. This is a simple drill. Put the golf club here. So you're going to set up to the ball. The club is on the ground about 2 feet. And then all you're going to do is just rotate the body and carry the club through like that. Really, really simple drill. You're not trying to hit this far. Here, rotate. You're not moving your arms to hit this. Your chest and your lower body are moving the arms and the club. Boom. And I want you to feel, before you get to impact, that trail foot coming off the ground. So you're dragging, turning, and doing that. Then you put it all together. Now, I'm not going to close the eye and swing because I don't want to hit a shank in the studio. But I want you to close that eye. And then when you get to where you're there, club is up here, rotate your body through. You start to do that, and you're going to have some real success with your golf swing. It's a nice setup position. It's got a lot of really good things in it. You got to just take care of that position with the head and then get your body to rotate through. The head is the number one priority. Like I talk about this a lot. A double play, the first out's the most important out in a double play. The first out for you is your head position. You cannot do this. You can't bring your left ear to your left shoulder. For you, it's going to be detrimental, and that's going to affect what happens throughout the golf swing. Work on those two moves, and you're going to improve your game. And a reminder to everybody else: 1, like and subscribe to the channel, and 2, make sure you get that V1 Golf app. Sign up, get it, make me, Michael Breed Golf, your coach, and then get those videos, download them into the app. And maybe you'll be one of the lucky people like Tom and Brady that gets a chance to have my swing, or you have your swing looked at by me. To improve all parts of your game, subscribe to my channel and click the link below.